Hey guys, what's up? It's Brosius here. I am the map creator of Secret Rooms, and I'm here today because, well, some of you guys need a tutorial on this. I'm going to apologize in advance for this extremely laggy video. My computer is not well handling this, because I don't usually record stuff. Well, you can see me floating around right there. Ooh, isn't that pretty? So we're going to start off simple. I open up my map, and I have opened up a copy, so I can go through and explain exactly how to do everything, because I know level 4 has been difficult for some of you. So here is the instructions. We can see here, welcome to Secret Rooms by Brosius. In this map you'll play through 5 levels, each containing 5 unique secret rooms, and all the items are on display before you. Now this is a very important thing that I implemented because of reasons that have actually shown up in other people's videos. You will receive a tip book that can be highlighted, dropped, to reset the level if you mess up. I don't know if I just miscommunicated that. Some people realize, oh, I don't have the stuff. For example, in Unspeakable and Captain Sparkles, they both threw wood through a painting and it despawned on them.
Okay, so there is something behind here. Am I not getting my wood back? I guess I'm not getting my wood back.
Well, you could have dropped the tip book and you would have gotten your wood back in the original chest. So while I'm going through each level, where I'm going to explain how to get to each item and how I made each tip, because tips can be confusing. So let's begin. Okay, we are in level 1 called Common House. Now this is just a very, very common house, and we should go through this pretty quickly. We have a tip book. I am going to be using the tips. You don't have to, of course, because it marks it on the side. Let's use the emerald tip. Sometimes there is more to a closet on the inside than what's seen from the outside. I wrote the tips on the basis that I wanted to guide you in the correct direction of finding the room without fully just giving you an answer, because it's called a tip book and not an answer book. So here's the closet. You look on the inside, and there's more on the inside than what appears on the outside. And there is your emerald. Now also in this closet is something you're going to be needing for later, which are these webs. Sometimes people overlook the webs, but these webs are special. They stand at the very bottom of them. Can be placed on wooden planks. Now wooden planks, because everywhere there's wooden planks, so I'll just put down, you only need 2, so I'll put down 2. And other stuff you need to adjust while we open the tip book so we know where we're going with this. The diamond tip refers to fishing rods can activate pressure plates, and pressure plates don't burn under the lava. Now lava, there's only one lava source block in here. You can jump down in it. You're gonna die, but did you hear that? That was a pressure plate. Most people have figured out that they jump in the lava and like, what happened? Well, that's because you would die in a lava. If you're trying to do something in survival, you don't want to jump in the lava every single time you open a door. Instead, we have this. And to do it, some people didn't realize you can also craft stuff, which, my bad, I probably should have given instruction in the beginning saying you could craft stuff. Now all you're going to be needing is some sticks and some wood, because to break cobwebs you need a sword. And then this sword is special because it can break cobwebs. Now that we have our 2 string, we're going to be making a fishing rod. And ta-da! Now we have our unbreaking fishing rod, and we can use the fishing rod and fire it into the lava. Oh, first attempt was a fail. Whoop! We'll try that again. 3rd time's the charm, am I right? It takes a few times. There we go. I thought I failed again. Jump down. You can actually declip your fishing rod, you don't need it. And in this, that was that chest right here, we have our emerald. Now some people end on this one, and I've seen one video where the person couldn't get back up because they put their spider web right above here. But you can press the button, you have to make sure you stand still in. And I fell. How embarrassing. There was some issue right there. My lag from me recording at the exact same time as I'm trying to play caused me so I couldn't actually get up. Again, my computer's not handled for this. Now let's go back to the tip book and we can go on to the next tip. Totem tip. Minecraft 101, players can clip through paintings. Now this is one of the most simplest things. Everybody finds this. You just go through a painting. Ta-da! That was easy, right?
That was easy.
If you're having trouble with the first level, you can always skip ahead if you know exactly what you need to do. Now another thing is I just died, but I'm going to start running around because I need to get some hunger for this next one. While we're waiting, let's open up this tip book. Apple tip. Cakes are meant to be eaten. Now, there's only one cake here, and you're meant to eat it. Now I just need to gain some hunger. Okay, and I don't know why, but I was not losing hunger even though I'm on normal mode. Funny. So, now that I do have hunger, now I can eat the cake. Om nom nom, cake's been eaten, let's go to the door. And there we have it, there's the apple. Look at that nice view. No one ever takes the time to appreciate the view. Okay, and now time for the last one. So magma blocks still do damage under carpet. When taking damage, you can jump 1.5 blocks. Now, if you know in Minecraft, you can only jump 1 block high. Unless you have a jump potion, then you can jump more. But magma blocks are a new kind of block that when you stand on them, they do damage. And with that damage tick, you can actually jump higher. And here should be our last item, the Nether Star. And that's how you do level 1. Level complete, bloop, firework goes off, pretty, and then you go back to your main hub. Now, I also seen some people having some trouble with this part. Sometimes they're running and they're jumping. And when I run and jump, I access, because there's each room is accessed when you cross a line here, and but when they're running and jumping, sometimes you don't actually activate it, so just boop. If you run and jump and it didn't go off, just walk back over here, just walk over this a few times, boom, it will open up. Don't you worry. Level 2. Okay, so now we're in level 2 castle. Let's open up the hint book for our first little tip. Now remember, you don't actually need to use the tips, but I am using them to show you what I meant and what I was thinking when I made these tips, because some of the tips, especially in later levels, get a bit obscure. Check out this table, man. I mean,
hey,
look at this.
That's pretty
That's
good.
some detail right there. Oh, I'm going off topic again. Jumping into minecarts allows you to pass through liquid barriers and small holes. Well, there's only one little liquid barrier here, and that's the lava. Did you know that you can jump through minecarts across lava? All you had to do is look straight ahead. Some people have been going in corners and nudges. I'm just like, straight ahead. I know, like, you're like, oh, it has to be in those secret locations. Sometimes it's straight ahead. There's one in all 3 of these too, just in case. It doesn't matter which one you choose. I didn't want to be that rude. And then, middle chest right here, we have our first thing, and that is the emerald. Now let's open up our tip book and read the diamond hints on our way back out. Did you know you can stand inside a cauldron? Whoop. And that painting's the exit. People have been like, I want to get up there. How do I get up there? Well, you go through the secret room. That's just the exit. Now, cauldron. Where do I find a cauldron? There's cauldrons right there. There's no cauldrons down there. And there's one cauldron right here. You can stand inside a cauldron. Many people have figured this out just because they've been running around pressing these buttons. That button does nothing. Those buttons do nothing. But this one will. And it's a very fast succession, and how this works is that when you stand inside the cauldron, because if I can get it, it takes some manipulation and some small, there we go. Now I'm inside the cauldron. When I press this button, this cauldron gets pulled back, I get pushed out of the cauldron, and then this block pops up, so when the cauldron pushes back out in its very fast succession, I don't get pushed forward instead I just drop straight down. And there we go, I dropped exactly straight down. And now I can swim out of here, and I'm in this room, and the diamond's in this chest right here. Now I'm going to note that some people have told me, well, some of the beta testers at least said, I can't open the chests. And I didn't realize, I commented on one video, is that I think if you're using your world edit or forge or something, that sometimes it changes a slab into a full block, and sometimes the chests don't open. I don't know what that's all about, because I don't use world edit, which I probably should, but I don't. Now we're going to jump out of here, and that should just close up right behind me. It gives you plenty of time to escape. Now on to the next tip. Totem tip. All entities can pass through pictures. Now what I mean by this is that, well, I mean all entities can pass through pictures. You see there's a painting right here. You come over to this painting. You could attempt it with other paintings, but it won't work. And you just have to throw your item through the painting. I've noticed some people have noticed under here, what's that? That's a hopper. And so you just throw your item through here. Vroom, 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 and the door opens up. Now you can travel down here and, oh wait, I just threw away my diamond. Well, don't worry, because there's an item pickup. People have been smart in using cobweb, but if you didn't, that's why I added in the item pickup. Okay, so now, nope, more cobwebs. Oh, I know where it is. I don't know why I'm just playing around. There we go. Totem of Undying. We got it there. Let's exit out here and find the next room. And each door that I do is basically resettable, so I can press this button and it should close up very nicely. Now I believe the next one is the apple. Items and frames can be rotated. Well, and you saw in the last level there was an iron frame in there, but that one wasn't useful. In this level it is. You can move Charles Shovel just one tick, and boom, this door opens up right here because you can detect when you rotate an item. And there we go, we have our apple. And I like to, when I make my secret rooms, I kind of like making a purpose. This one has a little, setup in here. And if we rotate Charles Shovel all the way back around to its original position. And there we go. It should close right back up again. Now, onto the very final one. Now, you notice I didn't open up any chests yet because I'm just following the tip book. But this one is plants need water just as much as you. Well, I don't have any water. But if you look in this chest, which you probably have already done, you will find a water bucket. Now, the water cannot be placed anywhere in the room, but you can place it in cauldrons. If you come over to this cauldron right here, it should detect it and it should open up this door. You can enter here. It also has a reset thing, so you can close the door. I like to add in the reset buttons just in case. You open the door, you can open up it, and the nether star is right here. You put that nether star in your inventory, and level complete. And now we will return to the hub. And now we're entering level 3, Workshop. Now this one was a difficult one. People have had lots of trouble with this one. This one kind of takes the longest time out of all the beta testers it did. People have had trouble just knowing what to do here, and so we're gonna go through each of these tips very carefully. Emerald tip. Ender pearls can be used to clip through transparent blocks, i.e. glass, sea lanterns, glowstone, and enchantment tables. Now this is where the tips start coming a little more obscure. That one was pretty straightforward. You have an ender pearl in this chest. If you notice, it does regenerate. Also, if you notice, you cannot stack them, as even though 1.11 has an ender pearl cooldown, I didn't want someone spam throwing them. And you also notice, if you did, maybe you didn't, that you can't take the ender pearls outside a specific area, because I did not want you to use the ender pearls outside of the glitch that was meant to be, because you can use them to get to a bunch of different places if you know how to use ender pearls really well. And so don't worry, ender pearls regenerate, so we have another one, and it said enchantment table. Also, if you try throwing the ender pearl, it just disappears, because yeah, I didn't want you using it for something you weren't supposed to, you tricky people. Now this one, some people have struggled with it. You come up to the very edge and you aim your cursor right at the ground corner. It should be right at the edge, but you want to be on the ground. So you teleport onto the ground, and you should slightly clip into the enchantment table, and you just walk forward. And you should drop down under the enchantment table into this room here, which the emerald is in this chest. Ta-da! Now let's go climb up the ladder, and we should get on to the next tip. Okay, so the diamond tip. You can wash banners off in cauldrons. Now, in this room is where I started implementing written books that help move you along without using the tip book, just because I didn't want everything to be so obscure when you're trying to look for stuff. So you would find, if you search the chest first, you're going to find some banners. I'm also going to take things out of these chests. You're only going to need one of those. Here's another book and quill. We can read that when we need to. And here's a nether hoe. It can break nether wart. So if we read the book, hey Kelsey, can you remind me to make 4 fire resistant pots? Also, I messed up on some banners. Can you wash them off? But don't use my sink. I like my sink. I like my sink. And I don't know about if you did this, but basically every single person has touched my sink. Well, it's my sink, so I can't touch it. But it's not yours, so don't touch my sink. Okay, and here's the other sink that doesn't have a label on it. If you wash off the banner in this sink and empty it completely, you will notice this door over here opens up, and you can come in here and grab your diamond. There's other stuff in the chest now, but what has confused people in the future is that they're like, well, what, I can use this stuff. You do not need to use any of the stuff found in any of the rooms to complete anything. They are useful. For example, a lot of people like using the coal on one of the next things, but you don't even need to use the coal and smiley face, because I quite like the use of the smiley face. So let's go on to the next tip. We have our diamond, and we open up our tip book. Totem. Trivia, the backside of a painting looks like wood planks. So let's play a little game, okay? We're going to stand right here, and F1 mode. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to figure out where it is. Okay, time's up. I don't know if you noticed, but here we have some spruce wood. Wait a minute, that color doesn't match, because the back of a painting looks like wood. And even though the colors don't match, they are close enough that without close inspection, you may not see them. Of course, I had one person who just stood right here, painting, jumped through, but whoop, you can walk right through the painting. And the painting is positioned here because it's lying on the back of these brewing stands. That's how I got at the stand there. And in here we have this. Also, remember, you do not need any of these items to help you out, even though those could be helpful if you drink all the potions for a future. Okay, so the next tip is the apple tip. Furnaces can be used as a combination lock while looking aesthetically pleasing. This is the one that people have struggled with. Of course, most people try putting something in all the furnaces. Also, there is a book in here. Barely any people realize that, but let's read the second book here because this gives some crucial information about this one. Fix that second lamp for the furnaces. It seems to be broken. Now, why is the second lamp broken? This would be the second lamp if you're reading from left to right, or maybe if you're in a country that you don't read left from right. I don't know, but here in America, we read from left to right, and therefore this one's the second lamp. It also doesn't matter what item you put in the furnace. It can be any item. So, just for the sake of proving that, I'm just going to grab all these spider webs. This is a combination lock, and people notice that, for example, they put something in here. They put something in there, and they're like, oh, it lit up. Yes, it did, and then they proceed to put something in all the furnaces, which will not work, and I'll show you why. For example, I'll put one more spider web right in here, and we'll keep that in there for the rest of this one. Now, the second lamp is broken, which most people don't figure that out, but they put stuff in here and they'll keep figuring out why is the second lamp not turning on. It's because I said it was broken, and that was not on my behalf of choice. It was more like the redstone, the way I did it, and the combination that I used made it so I could not get any redstone circuit to that lamp when you replaced it in the right furnace, no matter what I did. So I decided, you know what, I'll give them a hint and say it's broken. And so next, if we can put something in this furnace right here, you should notice that lamp doesn't turn on. That's because it doesn't go in there. So the combination for the furnace would be this bottom one on the middle row. Lamp turns on. In the fourth row, it's the very top furnace. And then in the last row, it's the middle furnace. I'm going to use a piece of coal on this one because it does not matter what you use. And so on the very last one, you do not know which one it is, but you can use trial and error. And so once after you use trial and error, you should figure out it is the middle one. But nothing opened. Why is that? It's because this one is still in here and this is not the correct placement. If I take that out, there was a very laggy note block sound. I turn around and water drops from the furnace and puts out the fire. Now the sound you heard was the secret sound thing from Legend of Zelda. I thought I might put that in there, mostly because you can't see this secret room over here when you go through. And over here we have some cool diamond armor. You don't need that. Here's the golden apple. You don't need anything in there. Some people like collecting the stuff because they find it fun. Now we're on to the very last item. Okay, so the very last tip, let's get into it, is the nether star. With Elytra you can fly through 1x1 holes. You can also fly underwater and under lava. Now Elytra, there's no Elytra in this room, but there is if you look up. So most people will notice this. Originally, I actually had it, so you had the parkour up here, jump across here, jump onto that, and then I realized I can just use these. So much for my elaborate plan to get you guys to do some parkour in this map. I didn't want to. I really liked how those looked. I could have just taken those out. Now lava. I'm gonna die in that lava. It says there's something down there with the elytra wings. Also, I found this book earlier from over there in those hoppers. If I read this book today, I discovered I can fit through 1 block gaps. Of course, I have to be flying, but still cool. And that was also referencing that there is a 1 block gap you can fly through. I need to somehow survive that lava, so of course the only way to do that is to make some fire resistant potions. And in the book previously, cutscene, hey Kelsey, can you remind me to make more fire resistant pots? In the book previously there was fire resistant potions that I was telling Kelsey to make, and now there's already some bottles in here. You remember, you don't need anything from any other room to help you out, so there's already bottles in there. There's some water in there. Now we're gonna speed this forward as we watch this process go. Ta-da! And here we have our fire resistant potions. I only need 1 because I don't feel like I'm gonna go down there for more than 3 minutes. Drink it up. Wait for the line to kick in, and then we can jump on in. Bloop! Down to the lava. Now in the lava, we see this. That's actually because there's a block right there, but there's a hole. Now if you just kind of spam your spacebar, you can start to fly. So you can come in here and whoa! Look at that. I'm walking. Even though I'm walking, I'm actually kind of flying. Whoa, there I am. Look at that beautiful face. I am so hot. Look at it. It's almost like I'm on fire. Flambe. Okay, now we're in Preston's throne. There was a shout-out room in the beginning. It has Buge's shout-outs. I couldn't, well, not that I couldn't, but I didn't put Preston in there because I gave him his own little room here. I'll take that nether star. And level complete. There's also an exit out there. You should see it. Escape button. And back to hub. Level 4, Brosie's bedroom. And that is how you pronounce it. You pronounce it Brosiest. I know some people have confusion with that, and truthfully, I don't care. Look at my gaming machine. I really like it because you have the buttons here. So in level 4, this is where people got stuck. This diabolical contraption that I have designed is the death of everybody. Now, I don't know if you noticed it's outside, but we will get to that when we get to another star tip. Luckily, for you guys, it is the last one, so if you are just stuck on that, skip ahead, you can find it there. Emerald tip. With Elytra, you can fly through 1x1 holes. It takes some skill and patience. Yep, I am the devil when it comes to this. We have some Elytra wings in this chest here. You go ahead and you can put those on. Over here, what you were like, you know, where's the 1-block holes? Most people have figured out. I quite like my paintings and different ways to use them. Now, there is a hole behind here. You can't see it, and oh man, I don't even know if I can get through it with all this lag. But we can try. Here's a sink. You use the sink. You can jump off the sink, and you have to aim and fly into the hole, and which may take some practice. Please hold. Okay, I'm through. A man has to eat. You may see that I may have used spectator mode because unfortunately with my lag I could not get through it. And don't worry, it has been tested multiple times without the lag in the 6 frames per second that I can get through there. And then in this chest straight ahead you will find the Emerald, and you do not need the cobwebs. You do not need any of that. This is obscure stuff. Don't need it. Don't need it. You do not need the gold. You don't need the gold. Okay, now that we're done with that, we can get out of this room. It's hard to jump straight at the painting, so that's why I gave you the end rod in the middle. You can try jumping out. Okay, and I'm out. You see nothing. Cover that chat. You saw nothing there. We're gonna take a detour real quick and check out my bathtub. Fully custom-made bathtub. 1/4-inch steel plywood, I don't know. Fills with water in a 3x3 spacing, and you can empty it out at your own leisure. That was my bathtub commercial. You can also turn this light off. We're not going to be coming back in here. You do not need that room anymore. Second tip. Diamond tip. Why do you think this level is during night? I don't know if you looked out the majestic view of my scenery I made out there. But this level is at nighttime. Also, you can tell by the grandfather. That's a grandfather clock. By the grandfather clock, it's nighttime. Why? Because you sleep in it. You sleep at nighttime. And then you start freaking out while you're in bed. And then if you leave the bed, or if you sleep through the night, either one, it's still going to be nighttime when you wake up. You clip through and appear here. Now, while we're getting the diamond out of this chest here, I'll explain that. Beds spawn you on the closest block that they can, and since around the bed there's ladders and which are covered up by these carpets, and so that's why I'm also high, and then I bump down to low, high, low, high, low, low, high. I messed that up. But that's why it spawns you on the next available space, which is in that corner behind these 2 walls. Now, let's move on to our next tip. We have the totem tip. You can put minecarts and stairs to make a chair you can sit in. And this is probably the very first obscure hint, because it doesn't exactly tell you, but it tells you it has something to do with this. This is my chair. I don't know if you noticed in the previous levels cutscene. Check out this table, man. I mean, that there were chairs. Very fancy chairs that I made with armor stands, just like this computer right here with the mouse and everything. Why did I do that here? That's because I need to make a secret room in this one. And plus, you can actually sit in this one. I mean, just like, oh, I mean, look at me. Look, this is how I am literally right now. Except I'm probably not this low and short and tiny. Well, if you sit in this chair, most people figure this out, but you know, there's a button right here. And down we go. Going down. And in here we have our armor area. I like making useful things out of the secret room. There's Charles Shovel once again. We have a nice area, and there's the totem. There's a lot of fluff and filler in this, and up goes the elevator. And now we're back. Okay, and now on to the next hint. The apple tip. Music sounds good, especially at the mall. Now, there's actually a reason why. Music, well, there's a music box right here. If you open this chest here, there's some music disc, and I said especially at the mall. That was just a reference because this disc is called mall. I will take out this disc for reference that if you use the wrong disc, I mean, you get a nice song, but nothing happens. Let's get that out of there. Ew. Who likes that one anyway? If you put mall in, you hear a bunch of pistons move, and this floor opens up right here. You can jump on down. Apple's in the center chest. Pull that baby out of there, and there you have it, a baby apple. You can also press this button while standing on here. The be lifted up. You're 3 blocks. And let's kick that out because who likes that music? Am I right? Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the pièce de résistance. The nether star tip. Andesite is classified as a kind of stone. What does that mean? Who made up this tip? What were they thinking? Such a stupid tip. I mean, where is the That's andesite. Yes, I see it. It's a kind of stone. What kind of person does? Maybe I have to break it with a pickaxe or something. I don't have any wood. Hold on. Yes, I do. I do have wood. 2 pieces of wood. They're 2 different kinds of wood. What's in here? Spider webs. What's in this chest? Redstone. Okay, well, yeah, I'll take it. Redstone, glowstone. So you're supposed to make a redstone torch. That's all you had to make. You can also make a button or a pressure plate, but those wouldn't have worked. You see, when I did this, I thought redstone torch, and I thought no one else would do anything else. You make the redstone torch, and when you grab it, this is why the tip is andesite is stone. Scroll over, can be placed on stone. Andesite has a data tag that has a type of stone. For example, you see the hashtag 0331, and it's a Minecraft redstone. Well, andesite, when you hold it, it says Minecraft stone, and it's whatever the data tag is with a colon and a different number. So I didn't want people to be confused when they looked at this and said, "There's no stone in here." So I was like, best hint ever, andesite's a kind of stone, which it wasn't the best tip ever. I apologize. Well, you can come in here and you press this down, and kablooey. There you have it. That's how you get out. I am sorry. We have a cool wither down here, though. I mean, that's worth something, right? Right? And here is your nether star. You can stop listening to me ramble if you're stuck at this part and move on with your lives, because that's the level completes. Okay, and so if you lasted this long, final level. If you're stuck on this one, intergalactic. Let's check it out. Level 5, intergalactic. Now, we're going to also use our tips here. Level 5 tips. Emerald tip. Fireworks, place on the underside of block and clip through it. What? Oh. Well, we have our first hint. Why don't we actually search this room first? Oh my. Oh no. What is this? Ah. Raise your hand if you like 1 frame per second. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm wrong. I'm gonna tell you that right there. You go over this chest. This is for later. You don't want to touch this chest. I mean, you can figure it out. It's pretty easy. We'll come back to that. What else do we have in this room here? We have another lever here. Please hold. I assure you it will open up soon. Crafting table. We have another level here. Click. What's in this chest? We have 2 string. Okay. Okay, 2 string. And we have a book that says Frostwalker 1. Now let's move our little laggy over butt on over to those levers over there. Now these levers open up stuff. Space drink. You're gonna need that. Grab that. Ooh, what do we have here in this one? Well, we have a fireworks star. Grab that. Grab this paper. You're gonna need that. Grab the wood. You're gonna need that at a later level too. So fireworks. You don't actually need a crafting table for this. You just need gunpowder, and I think it was also just paper. You don't. Do you need the fireworks star? I don't remember. No, you don't even need the fireworks star, but you can use that. It won't really matter. There we go. Gives a flight duration 1. I think the fireworks star is pretty useful. We're gonna give that in there. Take out this gunpowder. Fireworks can be placed on the underside of blocks. What? Like, which block do I put it on? Now, I could have been a lot more specific with that hint, but I did try to lead you in the right direction, where we have a book and quill. Open it up. Note to self: fireworks are dangerous. Should probably be placed on bone. Bone is a pretty new block. It's white, and I said it also has to be placed on the underside of a block, so you can assume it's on the ceiling. Now this was trying to give you a hint, the book alone, not the actual tip, to tell you, hey, you should make a firework and you should place it on some bone. Do you guys see the bone? Yep, there it is. Okay, let's head over to it. Climbing up ladders, and here we are. Place the firework on the other side of the bone. Lights up. We look down, and a passage has opened up. Now, a difficult thing with this is that fireworks, it was originally going to be when you crafted a firework, it would give you a firework that could only be placed on bone, so, you know, avoiding the whole book thing. But unfortunately, when you craft a firework, you can place it anywhere in adventure mode. Okay, we shall move forward and get the emerald. Now that we have the emerald, we should move on to our next hint, which is the diamond. Frostwalker turns water into ice in a 3-block radius, even through walls. Well, if you noticed earlier, we got the Frostwalker hint, and that is fantastic. Let's walk forward. But we don't have boots to put it on. I don't know if you noticed where I got the book from, but there are shulker boxes littered on the floor here. We open up one of these chests, and there's the diamond boots. And this is also where we're gonna need our space drink, which are XP bottles. Let's be honest, we know how to Minecraft. Now, I haven't actually wandered this entire place yet. Maybe you have. But to do this, we're going to have to go up to the bridge, which is behind me. Okay, while on our walk over there, let's splash these bottles. Now I'm free. Open that up. Boom, boom. Frostwalker 1. Now, luckily for you, the thing where you need to look at is right in this area. Now there's so many walls to walk on, so I thought I would make it easy for you and give you a pretty clear hint of where to use Frostwalker. Right there. Now there's actually water behind this corner. When I walk near it, it opens up a door. I can walk on the inside. And here I have my diamond. It will close up on you, so yeah. Now we shall go on to our totem tip. Arrows can clip through blocks and edges and corners, activating pressure plates on the other side. We're gonna take a jump. On the other side, they say. Well, I haven't seen any arrow stuff anywhere. Oh, well, speak of the arrow, there it is. There's one arrow. Well, that's only one arrow, and here's another piece of string. And I do have one piece of wood. So, using the crafting table, we can make a bow. Not a button, but a bow. 3 there. String there, and when we get it, we get ourselves a space bow with infinity. We only have one arrow. To activate this one, it's going to be on the bottom layer of the ship. Open up these doors, walk straight forward. You can see the top layer up there, and here's where we have our spacesuits. And if you notice, like, you know, what corners do I shoot these arrows in? There's so many corners. Well, again, I tried helping you out just like I did with the ice, and put arrows on the ground pointing to the edges that you need to shoot it in. If you try shooting it from far away, I hit myself, because there's armor stands holding these arrows in place, so you just have to get close enough to it. Ding ding ding, and you won't pick up your arrow. So ding ding ding, ding ding ding, and a winner is you. This floor drops down, and we have ourselves another secret room with the Totem of Undying right here. It's a nice fancy secret room. Press this button, and up we go. Let's read our next hints. The apple tip. I hope you didn't mess up that chest with the banners. Again, another very obscure hints, but I don't know if you noticed, but there was a chest with banners in it. Now, this was just trying to tell you that, I don't know if you noticed this, but chisel quartz, lever, banners with arrows on it. That kind of looks like this setup right here. You have the chisel quartz, 1, 2, lever, 1, 2, lever, 1, 2, lever, and it tells us to go down, up, down, down, up. If I didn't click, that one's already down, up, And again, the Zelda song plays, and the door opens up right here. I play the Zelda sound because you couldn't see the door open from where you were standing. And our apple is right here. Now, for the final one. The pièce de résistance. The Another Star, the one that everyone hates the most. Inception door, a door within a door. Look closely when that door closes. This was a good hint because, I don't know, but there's only one door. You just have to look closely when it opens. Look very closely if it doesn't lag it out. Did you see that? We'll see if we can slow motion that. There, right there. Yeah, okay. So we need to stand up. That one already closed, but it's okay. You stand right in the middle, and you can clip through. Well, it doesn't exactly clip through, except it opens the floor while the door closes. You clip into this awesome atrium here. Look, there's a scientist down there with his clipboard, and he's working on a thing. And this is probably the biggest secret room I have, and it's, well, I don't know. I really like it. There's some, some nice detail in here, because there's another star. And once we do this, we shall have completed secret rooms, level complete. And there you have it. You have, congratulations, completed secret rooms. And that is the entire map with everything, how to do it. I am the map creator, Brosiest. And thanks for playing the map. If you haven't played the map, you should probably go check it out. I promise you, it will not be as laggy as when I play it. That's just me. We have our shoutouts to all our beta testers. We have Stice, Storybrooke, The Waffle Cat, Supercubert, Nano Target, over here, MiahLani, Ariana Plays, C Poirier, and then we have a few YouTubers over here. We have Dragnos. He's my boy with those command blocks. Shout out to him. Kelsey the Firefly played one of my last maps. Soda No Leaf Lover. He also played this one. You can also go watch him. Donny Bobes, Captain Sparkles. Shout out to you, my man, for playing this map too. And someone, an uninvited guest who I did not know would play this, but Unspeakable Gaming. Thank you so much for playing the map. And for your commemoration of playing my map, and I did not put you in the shout out area. There you go, my dude. There you are. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching if you have made it this far and lasted through that lag over there. But that will be it for this video. Thank you for watching the tutorial, and be sure to check out my other maps. I fell in a hole. Since I'm stuck, you no longer have to be because you just watched this tutorial. See you next time. Bye.